everybody, DF here. Welcome to Beauties and Beasts, a podcast of all things Beauty and the Beast. And today we have our last episode in our Pride Month series. While Pride Month may be coming to an end, our support for the LGBT community will never die. So don't think because it won't be June anymore that you can't still show your support. So last week we had discussed The Little Mermaid and its LGBTQ subtext. And Anime Guy 1101 had brought to my attention that the author Hans Christian Andersen might have been gay. And since then, I've done a bit more research, and historians agree that there is a high possibility that Hans Christian Andersen was biromantic, possibly asexual. And suddenly, his stories make a lot more sense to me. I will explain this further in my analysis of The Ugly Duckling, which will be a bonus episode for $5 plus patrons only, available before the end of June. But for now, we will take a look at a less serious and more fun same-sex Beauty and the Beast pairing. A comedic anime based on a manga called Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Okay, excuse me a second. Sun frog in my throat. But before we get into that, as usual, I'd like to thank my $5 plus patrons, Anime Guy 1101, Arvin Joshua Rocks 15, Dead as a Doe, LokiGamer, and TyrannosaurusVenom. Thank you for your continuing support. And you too can support this podcast by becoming a patron today and gain access to exclusive bonus content, complimentary merch, and other perks by clicking the green button, become a patron, or follow the link in the description below if you're watching on YouTube, or type in the link patron.podbean.com/beautiesandbeasts. Or you can buy my merchandise on Redbubble, including Pride merch and face masks at disneyfanatic23.redbubble.com. The minimum cost for any questions or comments you want read aloud in this chat is 5 gold beans, unless you're a patron. Though after this episode, I will be streaming regular episodes privately for $10 plus patrons only. So patrons, watch your emails for invites, as the set date and time may vary because I'm going to be going back to work soon and we'll have a very fluctuating schedule. But you can expect that I'll be streaming no less than 3 days before the episode's official release date, and going back to every other Thursday instead of every Thursday. Don't worry, I will aim for at least one public stream each month for collecting donations. Speaking of which, I realized there was a lot of comments just posted while I was giving that whole spiel. 5 gold beans from Enveloping Savage, LOL, an anime I've actually watched. Okay, and we also have a patron in here, Dead as a Doe. Mixed feelings on this anime, but I'm looking forward to this. Yes, I'm aware that there's some lewd aspects of this anime, but overall I found it very fun, and I will get into my full analysis after giving a brief description. Oh, come on, go back to the bottom of the chat, please. Thank you. Alright. So, Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid started out as a manga in 2013, and still ongoing with 2 spin-off series. And in 2017, it was adapted into an anime, sadly for only 13 episodes, though there have been rumors of a second season. However, the status of that second season is unknown since the director had perished in an arson attack on the animation studio. Kind of a cruel irony that, dragons fire... Yeah, bad joke, I know. Okay, I deserve that one. Anyway, I'll mostly be discussing the anime as the manga is still ongoing and it's easier to cover a 13-episode long show. Unlike other series that I've been covering, this one doesn't really have a complex plotline, but is more of a slice of life with the supernatural elements. The main plot centers around an office worker by the name of Kobayashi, aka the Japanese version of Daria. For those of you who don't know who Daria is, it was a very popular show in the 90s of a very dry, sarcastic girl who didn't really like social interaction. Honestly, if you take a look at Kobayashi and Daria and put them side by side, they're pretty similar. Anyway, Kobayashi wakes up one morning from a hangover and finds, waiting outside her apartment door, a dragon. And not just any dragon, but one that is able to transform into an adorable human maid. Oh, so you're a girl dragon! And somehow Kobayashi is too hungover to be really freaking out about this. So, Lady Dragon introduces herself as Toru, and apparently while drunk, Kobayashi had wandered her way into the woods and saved said dragon's life by pulling a sword out of her back, and is only having brief flashbacks of this. And that she had apparently invited Toru to come live with her as her maid because she's drunk and she will say a lot of crazy things. Which is why Toru is dressed up like she's in a maid cafe. And Toru accepted the offer out of gratitude and because she has become infatuated with Kobayashi. Although Kobayashi claims not to be into women or dragons, though I have some theories that Kobayashi is somewhere on the ace spectrum, which I'll get into later. Toru initially lacks the expertise as a maid, but eventually gets the hang of it. But Toru's decision to live in the human world eventually attracts the attention of other dragons from a magical dimension, including Kana, a young dragon who dresses like a goth Lolita, who was banished from the magical dragon world for pulling pranks. Kobayashi offers her to stay too because, well, Kana is the most adorable thing ever. And she sort of becomes Kobayashi and Toru's surrogate daughter. Well, Kana starts to see Kobayashi like her mother and Toru like a big sister. And Kana decides that she wants to go to school to play with the other kids, including a bratty girl by the name of Riko Saikawa, sorry about that, who has a big crush on Kana. Oh what, you're never too old to be gay? And other dragons include Toru's rival Elma, who loves food, Fafnir, who hates humans but loves video games, and ex-goddess Quetzalcoatl, Lukoa for short, who, more on her later. As a whole, I find the show a lot of fun and adorable, though it's clearly not a show meant for kids. I like how a lesbian relationship is presented as normal in this show, especially among the kids. Like, nobody really has anything bad to say it. I'm talking about the characters. And people don't... And I especially love how it's not only shown as normal between adults, but normal with kids. People don't seem to realize that gay adults were once gay kids. So it's nice to see someone showing an 8-year-old girl having a crush on another girl as if it were just any other grade school crush. Even if it does get a bit sensual at times, but hey, don't forget, while kids may not be aware of biological desires yet, they still get curious about getting close to each other in other ways. As for Toru and Kobayashi's relationship, I find it so cute and wholesome. They really exhibit the opposites attract thing to be true. Kobayashi being sardonic and not the type to get involved with a lot of activities or people, whereas Toru is energetic, optimistic, has a way with getting along with others, and always trying her hardest even when she doesn't quite do it right. And Kobayashi gives Toru a purpose other than burning down human villages, and Toru starts bringing Kobayashi out of her shell and puts some excitement into her otherwise monotonous life. And they come to a middle ground, Toru finding solace in the domesticity of their relationship and Kobayashi with the supernatural aspect of it. And I have a theory that Kobayashi is somewhere on the ace or demi spectrum. She says that she is not used to being wanted and doesn't really know how to show affection and with more than just a small pat on the head or a holding of the hand. And she claims not to be into women, but like many adults, she's probably not aware of her romantic orientation as of yet. And though when Toru's father tries to bring Toru back to the dragon world, Kobayashi realizes just how important Toru is to her and defends her. Of course, Daddy doesn't really believe that Kobayashi can make Toru happy. Not because she is female, but because she is so different, and the fact that Kobayashi, as a human, won't live as long as Toru. And Toru is aware of that factor, and yet she still wants to use the time that she does have with Kobayashi and make the best of it. And Kobayashi insists that just because they are different doesn't mean that they can't come to an understanding. Alright, and I've seen this showing up in the chat, and I'm going to go into it. There is only one thing that really bothers me about the series. Lukawa. The series would be 100 times better, no, 1,000,000 times better, if not for this character. I've expressed my dislike of how the Japanese like to over-exaggerate women's breasts. Actually, no, the Japanese aren't the only ones guilty of that, but it seems to happen in about every anime I've been watching lately. I mean, as a fairly curvaceous woman myself, I don't mind it when a woman has a big bust, but when it's a character's one defining trait that's called attention to in every single episode, it's just insulting and uncomfortable. And even if the boobs that defy nature weren't a factor, her relationship with Shoutout, a 10-year-old boy, is extremely inappropriate. The way she is always pressing her boobs to him, which is sexual harassment, and to a child. I mean, he's clearly shown to be uncomfortable, and it's used as a gag. And on a more serious note, some women in the past have sexually harassed underage boys and have used the argument that it's every boy's dream to have an older woman flirt with them, ergo making it different from a man harassing a girl. And that is, in fact, not true. This is not what I believe. This is what some women have used as an argument for what they did to be okay. It's not okay. Harassment is harassment, assault is assault, and no matter what the gender. So yeah, Lukawa's only purpose in the show is fan service in a wrong way. Yeah, I'm seeing I'm seeing some really angry commenters here. It is not appropriate. I just wish they wouldn't have that part of the show. That's the only aspect of it I don't like. But other than that, one character, I love the show and wish it could have continued in order to see the relationship blossom further between Kobayashi and Toru, and even between Kana and her friend. But I understand the studio has to figure itself out after all it's gone through, and that's something I can understand. But you can watch all 13 episodes on Funimation. Okay, I actually didn't have that much to say today, so I have one patron here, Dead as a Doe, who wanted to call in and say a few things. Are you still here? If you are still here, be sure to press that button requesting a call in, and I will patch you in 1 second. Okay. Connect.
Hi.
All right.
Am I in?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Sorry about the stuttering. I hope no one else minds it. I'm just here to help promote a zine I am working on organizing. We have over. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. We have over.
No, go ahead. Take your time.
Thank you. We have over 28 artists and writers helping us create this zine. The zine is called Monster. Oh my God. It's called Monster Lovers, and it's a zine featuring original short stories, comics, and illustrations based on the romantic lives of monsters and humans. If you're into Beauty and the Beast stories, then this zine might interest you. Right now, if you're interested in following the project, you can do so on Tumblr at monsterloverszine.tumblr.com or on Twitter at monsterlovers00 at twitter.com. Oh my God, sorry. At twitter.com. Sorry about the stuttering again. And if you're interested in Beauty and the Beast stories, I think you'll be interested in this as well.
Okay, well, let's give her a clap there. Yeah, that definitely sounds interesting. Okay, so while you're here, was there anything you wanted to say regarding what we just discussed?
Oh, about the oh my god, sorry, about the anime.
Yeah.
Um, I have a lot of mixed feelings about it, mostly because I feel like I watched a lot of anime back when I was younger and in high school, um, because that was before I actually knew I was gay. So I watched a lot of Yuri anime, and I do think it really helped me like figure out who I was as a person. But growing up and realizing that there was more out there and meeting other people like me, you kind of realize that these shows tend to have a very um, sexual side to them, as you mentioned before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I feel like it's the same thing where it's very cute and very adorable, but the fact that nothing is canon, but like, but it's very clearly presenting these two as if they were a married couple or in a relationship. It feels a bit like they're kind of stringing people along a lot.
Okay. It's good that we have different perspectives on this. I understand where you're coming from. On my end, I think the fact that they haven't really rushed into the relationship feels like they're just starting from a comfortable spot, and eventually that familiarity is just it can really only get better from there. But uh, yeah, we'll see. I understand some parts can get a bit too sensual and maybe a little uncomfortable. Uh, yeah, I feel like that's people trying to contribute to what they believe is fan service, and
Uh,
and yeah,
yeah, I think
I understand
that's
the mixed feelings
oh,
behind that. Okay, we actually
yeah.
have a
Well,
question
it just
for you. From
oh, okay.
sorry, do you have something else to say?
Oh no, no, it's fine. I don't want to like take over your podcast.
Okay, before you leave, actually, someone in the chat has a question for you for 5 gold beans.
Oh, sure.
Okay, so from Steve Samuel 3, it's regarding your zine
Uh-huh.
on one condition. Does it have a kitsune girl, and does it have a leviathan girl?
Um, I'm not sure about that. We tried to stay away from more traditional monsters and are focusing more on like monstrous monsters because I felt like there was a big lack of that. Um, I do know that we have a few sea monsters in there, so um, maybe we will be posting previews soon. So if he wants to keep track of our progress and see like some of the art that will be featured in the zine, then he's welcome to follow us.
Okay. All right. So if that's all I have to say, thank you very much. And if it's possible, maybe you can email me or send me on Discord a link to where we can follow the design so I can put it in the video later.
Oh, sure, that'd be great. Thank you so much for having me on.
All right.
I'm sorry about the stuttering again.
Hey,
And
no problem. I had a huge stuttering problem when I was a kid and still kind of have it a little bit. So, no problem. I get it.
anyway, and thank you for doing this whole Pride series. I've really appreciated it, and I hope the rest of your podcast goes well. Thanks again.
All right. Bye, and thank you for your support. All right. So, while we're still here, does anyone have any questions or comments they want read aloud regarding this anime or maybe something else, like any episodes we have in the future? And remember, since I'm going back to work, I will be doing episodes every other Thursday and streaming privately for patrons. Ooh, okay. Wow, right off the bat. So, Bella Pink Savage for 5 gold beans. I feel like the fan service ruined the show a little for me. That was a stupid subplot. I agree. At least they made fun of it. Like they were totally self-aware of it when they put the clothes on Lukua, like she was wearing this whole tracksuit and why are you wearing that? Oh, I was getting tired of all the male patriarchy comments, so I changed clothes. Just wait 10 minutes. I want you to change back. Yeah, but I really could go without Lukua. Plus, feel like it's an insult to the Aztec pantheon, because that's what she's apparently based on, the feathered serpent Quetzalcoatl. I'm not even sure if I said that right. Sorry. All right, and 5 gold beans from Fizzy Dizzy Doggos. Anyone else feel like Pride Month went by too fast? Because I do. I feel like everything so far this year has gone by too fast. Like, I've apparently been in quarantine for almost 4 months now, and we'll be going back to work soon. So yeah, 2019 as a whole, probably because, yeah, some of us haven't actually been working. We've been staying home, and then a lot of crazy stuff happens, and oh boy, it's the end of this month, it's the end of the next month. Yeah, I can't believe I've gone through all these episodes going live. It has been fun to be doing these public episodes, but unfortunately, once I get back to work, I won't be able to keep this regular schedule as usual. But I want to thank everyone who's been so supportive of this podcast during this time of temporary unemployment. All right, does anyone have any more questions regarding the anime or anything about what we're doing next? Yeah, I'm sorry this episode's kind of short. It is kind of a short anime, and it's so fun. There's actually not really much to analyze in it. Okay, so next episode will be released to the public on July 9th, earlier for patrons. I will be covering another anime that I've been binging while in quarantine, thanks to Funimation. That's really the best subscription I've made during this trying time. Assassination Classroom. Be sure to check it out before hearing the analysis, because it's a real wild ride, all two seasons of it. And this is about an octopus-like creature teaching a class full of junior high burnouts assigned to assassinate him. That is a crazy premise, I know it. And actually has some Beauty and the Beast elements. One romantic relationship and about 26 teacher-student relationships. And by that, I mean strictly teacher-student relationships, okay? Yeah, that is what I'll be covering next. Patrons, be sure to check your inbox for notifications of when the private streams will be held. They will be held on my schedule, but I will ask what would be relatively good times for you. Okay, and one donation from Bella Pink Savage, 30 gold beans. Happy to donate, DF. I always had so much fun listening and interacting with all of you in the chat. But don't worry, I will be trying to hold at least one public stream each month, so the rest of you who are not patrons can donate, and depending on how things go, also be holding some charity streams, in which everyone will be welcome. All right, anyone? Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of hashtag gay dragons here. Yeah, gay ponies and now gay dragons. All right, so I'm gonna sign off soon. Honestly, I'm kind of glad it was a short episode. It's been a pretty crazy year. All right. So July 9th, Assassination Classroom. Be sure to check it out on Funimation. And stay safe, stay healthy. Patrons, keep an eye on the inbox. And remember, if a dragon shows up at your doorstep, don't panic. She just might be a terrific maid and friend and possibly romantic partner. Okay, bye-bye.